to this happy place, welcome.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and I am with my beautiful wife, Adrienne.
Heyo.
Hey, we are back after a week off. A wonderful trip to Disneyland.
Can you believe that was only a week ago?
I know
I would think it was at least like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there.
We were there.
We were there for our anniversary. Our anniversary's back in May.
5 months late or whatever. Not 5 months.
A few months.
4 months. 3 months.
But finally got time to get away.
Yes.
Without the kids. It was great. Before we get started with our trip recap, some business that we need to attend to. First off,
very important business.
I would like to share a message that we got on Instagram.
Very nice.
That I thought was nice. Encouraging.
Okay. Let's hear it.
You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'm vamping because I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is from Tamara. We'll let you choose how you want to pronounce that. She says, "Hey, I listened to a couple of your podcasts now. Heard you through Tracy and Brian at Rope Dropping Knowledge, another
nice. Yes.
Fellow podcasters, and I love them. I have also been listening to the Ahsoka recap show on the DMSW podcast.
Nice.
Very
nice.
Around with Johnny J. You two are super adorable, and I have enjoyed the chemistry you have together."
Aww.
Thanks, Tamara. That was very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is nice.
The name Tamara reminds you of what Disney show? Old school Disney show from the 90s.
From the 90s or early 2000s?
Or early 2000s.
Which one? I'm asking.
It probably spanned both. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Tamara. Oh, Sister.
Sister.
Was that Disney?
Was it? Or is it Nickelodeon?
Oh, it definitely wasn't Nickelodeon. But I don't know. Wasn't it on like ABC, which back then were they owned by Disney?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know. But that's reminds me of Sister.
What was it? Tamara. What was the other one? Tara? It was something like Tamara and Tamara or something.
It wasn't Tamika, was it?
No.
I don't remember. We're gonna have to look that up.
Yep.
Thank you, Tamara.
Yes,
Tamara.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to say it both ways.
Sorry, because we don't want to say it wrong. Everyone always says my name wrong, so I feel you. If we said it wrong, I'm sorry.
So the other business, if you didn't know already, I am partnering with Johnny J on a Star Wars Ahsoka recap show.
Tia and Tamara.
Tia?
Tia and Tamara. Because it's Tamera, which would be Tamara.
Oh, okay. This one was Tamara. So I maybe
think of Tamara.
Tamara.
94.
Okay.
6 seasons, so up until 2000.
Okay.
Up until 2000.
Okay.
There you go.
Good to know.
In case anyone was wondering.
Your ABC Disney knowledge.
I don't know if it was Disney.
Maybe it wasn't Disney.
I haven't found that out yet.
I don't think it was Disney.
The WB.
Oh,
and
WB.
then it was also on ABC.
Oh, okay.
So, WB with the frog. Wasn't that WB?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or that's, yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
So, partnering with Johnny J, the DMSW podcast on a Ahsoka Star Wars recap show. Every Thursday, new episodes of our podcast comes out over on the DMSW podcast. The Ahsoka show comes out every Tuesday evenings on Disney Plus, recapping that. But if you've been listening, we're partnering also with Brian at Rope Dropping Knowledge. He was our second guest host on that show, and we are giving away a Ahsoka lightsaber, Hasbro Elite FX lightsaber. Can't get it anywhere. They don't sell it anymore. So
Oh.
it's like a collector's item.
Wow.
You go on eBay, it goes for multiple hundreds of dollars.
Multiple hundreds.
Multiple hundreds of dollars, because I don't know exactly
Instead
how
just
much.
hundreds of dollars.
It says just hundreds of dollars.
Multiple hundreds.
Multiple hundreds.
So thousands? I don't know.
Maybe. We'll let you guess. But how to enter into this giveaway? You need to follow Dreaming of Disney podcast on Instagram.
That's us.
That's us at dreaming.of.Disney.
No, whoa.
What did I say?
I don't know.
No,
Just let me.
Okay, go for it.
Just let me do it. At dreaming.of.disney.podcast.
Okay, that's where you can find us.
It's the name of our podcast
With dots.
periods in the middle.
Follow the DMSW podcast on Instagram at the DMSW podcast on Instagram. And then Rope Dropping Knowledge on Instagram as well. And we're going to give you code words. And you need to take those code words that we say in our podcast and DM them to Johnny at the DMSW podcast.
So that's 3 podcasts. So 3 code words.
3 code words.
You each will have a code word this week's episode of all of your podcasts.
So Johnny has already given his code word. Go back to his episode 64 from August 23rd. You'll find his code word there on the DMSW podcast.
Okay.
Brian and Tracy have given their code word on their September 1st podcast.
Okay.
Which was
just
Friday.
A couple days
last
ago.
Friday.
Okay.
We're giving our code word in this podcast. I'm not giving it now, though.
Not yet.
You gotta wait to find out what it is.
Don't you hate that?
I know. You gotta listen and find it. So, but I'll let you know when I say the code word.
Yes.
So
You don't have to just pick a random word we say.
So, take those 3 code words, follow us on Instagram, DM them to Johnny J at the DMSW podcast. And then you'll be entered in for a drawing to win the lightsaber.
Nice.
On October. I already forgot what the date was. It's we're doing the drawing. It's in October. Coincides with the last episode of Ahsoka.
Oh, okay. I was like, why so late? But okay.
October 4th is the drawing.
Okay.
So you need.
If you can tell, I have not listened to the Ahsoka podcast.
Okay.
I'm not pretending here.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I know.
I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because I really don't know.
You got to DM those code words to Johnny by Sunday, October 1st.
Okay. That is your cutoff.
That's your deadline. 11:59
October
p.m. 18 years old.
Because he's East Coast.
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
You know what? Be safe. East Coast time.
East Coast time. Get in early.
So if you're on the West Coast, 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
I just to be safe.
So get those code words into Johnny October 1st, midnight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. You need to be 18 years or older, United States resident, and will be entered in for the drawing on October 4th.
All right. So, fun.
All right. Stay tuned for that code word for this episode, the last one. So we finally got to do our Disneyland trip.
Well, I wouldn't say finally got to do our Disneyland trip. We just finally got to get away for our anniversary because it was supposed to be Disney World. So when we finally go to Disney World, then we will say we finally got to do our Disney World trip, since we've been planning it now for over a year and a half.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, but we finally got to get away and do something. When we knew we needed to postpone Disney World, we thought about just doing okay, should we just go to the beach for a weekend, do something different? Shocker, we didn't. We're always torn. Even while we're there, I'm like, ugh, part of me wishes that we would have just gone to the beach, but we're always like, we know you and I both like what we know.
Mm-hmm.
We know Disneyland. We also know there's tons we've never done.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're like, we go and we do the exact same thing every time.
Mm-hmm.
We took the opportunity to do things that we haven't already done.
Yep.
And there's still more we haven't done.
Yeah.
But just going somewhere where we're comfortable. So we ended up there. I'm not complaining about it by any means, but we're always worried that we're going to like, because we've done it in the past just for like a day. It was like, oh, we're going to the beach, and we like enjoy the beach for a while, but then we like spend all this time trying to find somewhere to eat. And then we end up like doing nothing really. We just need to do more research, I guess. We're not good at that. I know people who are so good at doing research before and like planning these awesome vacations and doing these things that they've never done before. And they're so good at it. So they're always doing these like really cool things. I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at that. I wish I was. But anyways, yeah. So we went.
Yeah.
2 nights, 2.5 days in the park.
Yeah. We were originally going the weekend before, but that got pushed back because of the Hurricane
we were
Hillary.
We were going Sunday to Tuesday. We were going the exact days that they were like, the weather turned bad.
Yeah. So I had originally planned some things that it was going to be a surprise for you, because we usually stay at Disneyland Hotel. That's usually our go-to.
If we stay at, well, I don't know. Oh, for our anniversary?
Well, for our anniversary, or if we stay on property. I mean, we've been doing Paradise Pier.
Paradise Pier more.
Few times.
We've stayed at the Grand California once. That was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We've never done that by ourselves. That was with our kids.
Yeah.
But,
so I had booked us Grand Californian. I was going to surprise you with that.
I had a feeling.
And so I was all excited. We're going to do that. And then Hurricane Hillary came, and I was like, okay, I got to push that back. Thankfully, I was able to move it to the next weekend. No problem. Only issue was that Grand California was like almost $100 more a night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I couldn't justify that.
Yeah.
It's like, I wanted to do that for you, but it's like, ooh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I moved it back to Disneyland Hotel. Still a great room, great view.
Yeah, yeah. Love that hotel.
So we did that. And so when did we get there? We drove down Friday. Friday
we
afternoon.
left Friday morning, and then we got there like around noon. And our room wasn't ready. We were kind of waiting to see if it would be ready soon. So it was lunchtime. So we started off by going to Trader Sam's. We've been there once back in 2019.
Last time we did our anniversary.
No.
Did we go there?
I think, didn't we go there when we went to Dancing with the Stars? Wasn't it that trip?
That was that trip. Yes.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
No, Dancing with the Stars was 2017.
Oh, okay.
2016.
That's right. We did drinks.
2015.
It was 2015.
We only had 2 kids when we went to Dancing with the Stars.
That's true. Yes.
Before we moved to where we currently are, it was 2015.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we didn't stay. We stayed at Portofino that trip. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it wasn't a Disneyland trip. We were going down. We went to Dancing with the Stars. And then the next morning we went to Disneyland for a little bit or something. Right.
Yeah.
Is that the trip we went to Trader Sam's, or was it 2019? I really don't remember.
I think it was 2019.
I don't have pictures.
Because we oh gosh, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at my pictures.
I know. I don't remember.
Because I know I took pictures of our drinks.
Nobody cares.
2019.
It was 2019.
It was
okay.
2019.
Anyways, so I didn't realize, because we had went inside.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't going there for a meal, really. We were mainly going there just for the experience and
it was 10:14 p.m. It was late.
Good Lord, that's late. Why was I awake?
I don't know.
I had 3 kids.
Yeah, we had 3 kids.
I only had 3. I didn't have 4. but we'd already eaten dinner probably in the park. We were just like going for like the atmosphere and to experience it.
Yeah, we always
Where this
wanted to
time
try it.
we were hungry. So they have the whole outside area too. The inside you get like sometimes there's like effects when you order a drink, they ring a bell or that sounds like thunder or things like that. Where outside that.
Yeah, I ordered the shipwreck, and it makes
the first time we went.
Yeah, first time. Well, I ordered it this time too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But inside when you order it, then it's like thunderstorm. It's like you're on
like
a
shipwreck. Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like effects and stuff. Yeah.
Where we wanted to get lunch. So ate outside, but it was really nice. We got like this Hawaiian burger. It has like bacon and grilled pineapple and stuff. It was really good. I got the tiki rum. Mm-hmm. It was very good.
Yeah.
It was super good. It was like, pineapple, coconutty rum. It was good.
I got the shipwreck, which is kind of like a bourbon lime cocktail. Again, very good.
Really good sweet potato fries.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely recommend checking out. If you were like, we were hungry. We didn't care. We didn't want to necessarily wait or, you might need to try to get like a reservation if you want to go inside. Mm-hmm. We didn't care. So we just sat outside. But if you want to get the experience of, the more fun, you might want to try to get a reservation and, get inside. But so then our room still wasn't ready. So we just headed into the park. And I had seen on Instagram, Haley, not Magic Crowns Haley.
Different Haley.
Different Haley. Oops. I always mess up her Instagram, so I want to get it right. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh. It just was up. Okay. Happily Ever Haley Travel. So her name is Haley Stewart. Mm-hmm. She is a Disney travel planner.
Mainly Disney World.
Yes. So she is, she's from the South, closer to Disney World. So she goes, this was her very first time in Disneyland. Mm-hmm. So I had seen that on Instagram. So, we followed her for a long time. Excuse me, a long time. So I, just messaged her like, oh, I'm so excited you're in Disneyland. We're actually going to be there, at the same time. And she was like, no way, that's so exciting. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so sweet. And was like totally like, open to like meeting up just to like meet in person. And so right when we got in, she was about to leave to go back to the hotel. And so we just, met up with her by the castle just to meet in person and say hi. And she was so sweet. And her trip sounded so cool. They like Disney paid for the whole thing because they were doing this training so she's not with concierge like Bethany, who we've had on. I can't remember who she's with.
It's like We Do Travel Right or
something. I think
something
so.
Like that.
So again, she mainly does, she plans for Disneyland, but she's like a Disney World pro. And like Universal in Florida, like pro. So, and again, free to book. So like if you're planning a trip to Disney World and know nothing, check her out. And so sweet. And she was having a really good time and they were doing like trainings and then like, she got to stay like Disneyland Hotel and like club level and all this stuff. And she invited us up.
I wish we took her up on it.
But it just timing didn't work out. And then by the time we got back to our room, I was like, she said she was going there when she went back and now she's going back. I don't want to like ask her to make a special trip for us. But yeah, she was great. So go check her out. And if you're planning a trip to Disney World, like she knows what she's doing. But one thing about Friday, well, it was hot.
So hot.
But it was dead.
Very dead. Never.
Like,
I have never.
Never. Not a very long time, like years. I have not been there when it was this slow in years.
Yeah.
Like, so we just went over to Pirates because it was 5 minutes, like walk on. Saw Red and Jack Sparrow good Jack Sparrow.
I almost said Johnny Depp.
I almost said Johnny Depp too. I had to wait because we were we were in line and they were running up the stairs by up to
21 Royal.
21 Royal, where there's that balcony where the pirate sign is. So they were, running up there. So I have video. We were right under, and I'm like, well, that's a good one. I had to get real close because he did walk right past me to know that it wasn't Johnny Depp. They do a really good job at casting.
Oh, yeah.
There have been ones on Instagram where I watched it 20 times because I'm like, that is Johnny Depp.
Well, because it's known that Johnny Depp sometimes goes to the
I
parks.
think he's done it once.
I think he's done it more than once.
I saw a reel. I was going to share it where it's like the Kevin Hart where his eyes are all big.
Yeah.
And it's staring down the Jack Sparrow animatronic on pirates trying to see if it's the real Johnny Depp, even though he's only done that one time. You're is it him? He did it once in 2004. But yeah, they just do a really good job. So then we watched the Bootstrappers, who are great.
World famous Bootstrappers.
The world famous Bootstrappers. They're great. And they were playing some old folk songs that I know.
Sea shanties, as they call them.
Sea shanties.
Because they saw it because we were wearing our anniversary buttons.
Yes, we got buttons. Yeah.
And, because it's always nice when you walk around, everybody says, oh, congratulations. And
technically it wasn't our anniversary, but we were celebrating it.
We were milking it. And they're like, it's your anniversary. What's your favorite sea shanty? And we're like,
I like my mind. Okay.
I don't know sea shanties.
Both songs they played, I know. Yeah. I grew up listening to Irish folk music. And so I knew.
Little known fact about Audrienne.
My dad loved.
And your brother.
And my brother. And all of us kids, my dad's children. Because that's what he listened to. Clancy Brothers.
And Clancy Brothers, Dubliners.
And then I don't remember him being in the Dubliners, but my brother then was. And so both songs I knew, but I didn't know that they were sea shanties. But anyways, it was fun.
What is a sea shanty?
Sea shanty.
Some research for you to.
My phone lost my place with my pictures. Got some beignets. Nice little I want to try that new beignet place in downtown Disney.
Oh, next to Jazz Kitchen?
Yeah, because they have a bunch of different flavors. And we got some Mickey beignets. They were good. I haven't had one in a really long time. They're they're light. They're not super sweet.
They're like a donut,
but not as sweet as a donut.
Not as sweet as a donut.
So
fluffier than a donut.
They're not my favorite thing. I mean, it was tasted good, but I don't know if I'd ever crave it. But anyways, it was good. But so we saw. So this is how dead it was.
Oh yes.
If you go,
this was amazing.
If you go, you'll know this is great. Okay, so when we got off Pirates, we were watching the world famous Bootstrappers, and you tell me, Rise is 30 minutes. Rise is never 30 minutes.
Never 30 minutes.
And I'm like, okay, well, and we're over in New Orleans Square, so we're relatively close.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, and you had put in a mobile order for the beignets. And so you went to get them. I was watching the Bootstrappers. And then when you came back, they were talking to us and asked us for a song. And then they were playing a song that I knew and I liked. So I felt bad leaving in the middle of the song. Yeah. So we watched the whole song, then left to walk towards Rise because it's still set 30 minutes. And I'm okay, by the time we get there, no way.
Yeah.
Still 30 minutes, a good 10, 15 minutes after we saw it initially being 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I've never seen that when we were there. We waited 25 minutes. And now that is 25 minutes when we got in line to get on the car.
Yeah.
It was 17 minutes to the room with Ray. And then by the time we're standing on our color, if you've ever ridden it, and you're being interrogated, quote unquote. Sometimes the cast member's good. Lately, they haven't been that great. When it first opened, man, they were great.
Yeah.
So when we got there, it was 25 minutes. I told the boys that when we got home, they were like, "What?"
Because it's always it'll be 50 minutes. You're like, "Let's go." let's do it.
Because it's only 50.
It's only 50 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not waiting in line for 50 minutes. And so this one time it took us 25
and
minutes.
how many times has it been 40? And by the time you guys run over there, it's 70.
Over an hour, yeah.
Yeah. So I still just can't believe it.
And then after that, we were just walking around Galaxy's Edge, and it was like a ghost town.
Yeah, we have some pictures where there's like nobody around us. We got some cold brew, which sounds so good right now. And it was, like I just haven't seen it this slow in so long. And I haven't been on Instagram much this week because all I've been doing is curriculum. But I've seen a few days that were really slow again this week. But then, I saw Pocahontas, which I've never met. I've seen Pocahontas during Fantasmic. Mm-hmm. I've seen Pocahontas in Disney World in Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. She was on one of the boats, like floating down the river with Miko, which I did scream, "Oh my gosh, it's Miko!" Like not as a joke, like it just came out because I love Miko. Like when Pocahontas came out, I think I was 9 or 10. Trying to think if I was 9 or 10, but Miko was just like, oh my gosh,
pretty cute.
I loved Miko. So anyways, I got in line with a bunch of little girls and Pocahontas because I was super excited.
And she loved your
my crown. Yes, I was wearing the Wildest Dreams magic crown. Mm-hmm. I believe it's out of stock. I don't know if it's going to be restocking, but she complimented my. She loved the colors. It's very Pocahontas when you think about it. It's like you think, oh, that's a perfect fall crown, but it's also
was it all the colors of the wind?
Of the wind. I think she did say something like that to me. Yeah. But then we rode the Mark Twain, which we've never done that. We've never done it, but once I got on it, I was like, yes, I have a vague memory of doing this with my dad, but I would have been like 5. But it's a nice little break. Yeah, you can go up, cool. There's 3 different levels. Mm-hmm. Just like a slow little boat ride around the rivers of America. And, nice little break.
And then we met a really cool cast member.
Yes, Roberto. He gave us some cool trivia. First he says, okay, 3 trivia. He's like, do you want the easy, medium, or hard? And we say easy. We had no idea.
The easy one's extremely hard.
And we didn't know it. We're not pros, you guys. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know all the facts and history. I mean, we know some history, but
I mean, I am starting to read. Finally, after years and years of wanting to read a Walt Disney biography, I am starting to read one. But like the little known facts. We know probably quite a few, but like the deep track stuff.
Yeah.
So one of them, the easy one, was why do cast members always point with 2 fingers? Because you'll never see.
Are we giving this away, or we want to save this for?
Do we want to save this for Instagram?
I think we should save it. Yeah, I think we should save it.
I'm sorry.
But it was trivia why cast members point with 2 fingers,
which I've known for years and years that they do.
Mm-hmm. We were partly right.
Yes,
but we were not 100% right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you'll need to get on that.
Yeah.
Then there was 2 more trivia. Should we say what they were and then give the answers away?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second was, what is the official address of Disneyland and what is its significance? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the third was, what did Walt Disney model the park after? Mm-hmm. So there you go. We'll answer on Instagram. Pressure.
That. Yeah.
Tim, you got to do it.
Okay. Now I got work to do.
But yeah. So that was fun. That was, So then,
that was about 4:00 when we were done with that.
We sat for like 20 minutes and just stared at a wall, I think.
That's right. You were
doing something. You were trying to see if the hotel room was ready, and you were trying to call because this was like
almost 4:30, and our room wasn't ready, which was really unusual.
Yeah, it was 4:30, and so we just sat, and you were calling to see if it was ready yet, and because we wanted to stay till park closed. It closed at midnight, but we were really tired, and so we're like, oh, maybe we could just go back and just like rest in air conditioning for a little while. And then we just like sat in this corner in Frontierland
next to pin traders.
And for like 20 minutes, just like stared.
I know.
And we didn't talk. We were so tired. Yeah. But then we did Space Mountain, and it was like 20 minutes. And I don't think we waited that long. I think we waited like 15.
Yeah, no Genie Plus that day.
Yeah, we didn't do Genie Plus because we weren't planning on doing it anyway because we were planning on just taking it slow that day. But like it was dead. Like
it was really dead.
It was dead. But then we did go back to the hotel. Our hotel room was ready.
After that I got the text that our room was ready.
So we went back like around dinner time and just rested for a little bit and then went back in for dinner. We just needed a break like from the heat and just to like sit in a comfy bed for a little bit, not just like on a bench.
Yeah,
like,
we left, a little after 6 that morning. So we were
had been
tired.
We had been up early. But then we ate at El Zocalo, blah, blah, Ranchero, the one I can never name.
The Mexican restaurant in Frontierland.
Mexican restaurant in Frontierland. It's really good.
It is good.
And just so you know, if you get the cauliflower tacos, they're very spicy.
Very spicy.
So heads up. And that was around like 7 or so. And then we went and did Small World, and the sun had just gone down. Like the moon was rising, and like the looking over at Matterhorn was really cool.
The moon was like right above it.
It was really cool. And then like the
wallpaper
lighting.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we've got quite a few good wallpaper Wednesdays. I forgot this last week because again, school is horrible. I haven't even thought about our trip or anything. Like that's why I can't believe it hasn't been like 3 weeks. I haven't even been able to like think. I'm like, what did we do? This was only a week ago. Oh my gosh. But Small World is just so pretty at night. Like the lighting is just so cool. I was trying to do this series and getting these pictures of like random spots in Disneyland, and then I was going to post them on Instagram. Like, where is this? But some of them I don't remember where it was.
I'm sure I could probably remember if I see them.
Well, I don't know. There's one here where I'm like, where is this? I don't even know what we did. Is it the
beans?
No, I know where that is. But anyways, we did Small World. Then, oh wait, I think I remember now. Wait, no, I'm wrong. Anyways, then we went over and we were going to watch the fireworks in front of Rivers of America. Because we haven't done that before. And they do like water projections, and they do the projections on these like screens of water.
Like World of Color.
Like World of Color, yeah. Not as big, but like that. But we still had some time, so we went into Jungle Cruise. We had Skipper Mike.
Skipper Mike was good.
He was good.
He was really good.
He had some funny jokes that weren't like you hadn't heard him 10 million times already. And I liked his, oh, deer. And then he just like went, and you look over and there's deer. It's like, but he just like the way he said it, and then he just like turned around.
His delivery
was very good. It was really good.
So he did say some of the usual jokes, but the way he delivered it was a lot better than the typical cast member.
Yeah, he did really good.
Because they at the end they usually say, again, my skipper, my name's Skipper Mike, and but if you had a good time, my name's Skipper Mike. If you didn't, my name's
he's like Patrick, and I'll be your flight
attendant for the day
from Soarin'.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
Good. So then it was time for the fireworks, which both nights we were there, so Friday and Saturday, they were delayed because they were having issues. We found out with projections on the castle. Yeah. We didn't watch either night from the castle. But it's really cool in front of Rivers of America. Before it starts, they have like the New Orleans Square like jazz band come out on the water. They're floating on the raft, and so it's like entertainment while you're waiting, because when you're waiting in front of the castle, sometimes it just takes forever. There's nothing. Or when you're in New Orleans Square, there's like entertainment right up until basically just a few minutes before they start. So the time goes faster. So that was cool. But I really liked it over Rivers of America. Like you can,
it was really neat.
Where we got like a perfect spot. Because if you're facing straight on the river, Tom Sawyer's Island, the fireworks are going to be a little over to your right. Mm-hmm. Where we were like slanted to the right, and I picked that spot on purpose because I knew where the fireworks were coming. So the projections weren't like straight on.
Yeah.
But it's like Mark Twain was right there, Big Thunder, and then the fireworks. And then the projections were just a little off to the side, but we could still see them. It was just a really cool view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like got more emotional with this one than I did when we saw it in front of, when we were there with the kids in July, we were dead center in front of the castle.
Yeah.
And I didn't really, but then this one I was like, this is really pretty. But yeah, so really good. Wondrous Journeys has ended now. A couple days ago was the last show. We'll see if they bring it back. I don't know.
Rumor is that they're not bringing it back, but we'll see.
Did you see, I don't know if you saw, you probably didn't because I saw it. Disneyland, my mind just went blank. Someone we follow on Instagram, they were there the August 31st, the last day, and they were on Main Street. And you know how they play Wondrous at the end, but it's more of like the peppy version?
Yeah.
When the chorus hit, like tons of people on down Main Street just were singing it and dancing.
Oh, nice.
Because I think a lot of annual pass holders that go a lot went to see the last show of Wondrous Journeys.
Yeah.
So there was just tons of people like dancing and singing this song. Okay. So anyways, so then we went back. We got the churros. Okay. I got the chai spiced churro with like the coffee dipping sauce. Mm-hmm. The churro was good. In Tomorrowland. The churro was good. I prefer just a regular churro. The dipping sauce was a little too strong coffee.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I was not a fan of the dipping sauce.
It was better, I think, with the chai.
Probably.
But it was a little too strong of coffee. Like it needed to be a little more subtle coffee taste. And
I was for some reason expecting kind of like almost like a cream cheese with like a tinge of coffee.
Yeah, and that's
taste.
Not what it was. It was like coffee.
It was very strong coffee, like coffee with no sugar or creamer. That's what it tastes like to me.
Like black coffee.
Black coffee. Mm-hmm. And so it caught me off guard, and I'm like, whoa, this is really strong. I like strong coffee, but that was like, whoa.
Yeah. But then, that was it for that night. Went back. Mm-hmm. Because we waited. We were going to stay until park closed.
Yeah.
But Mickey and Minnie's went down.
Yes.
And so did Space and Big Thunder, I think.
Yeah.
So those were the ones we wanted to do at night. And they all went down. And so we sat for a while to wait and see if they'd come back up. And they weren't coming back up. And we were tired. And so we were like, all right. Like, we wanted to stay. We'll try tomorrow. Like, it didn't work out. Yeah.
Do we want to talk about our room?
What about it?
Well, just that
we got like, we were in Adventure Tower.
Yeah, we were in Adventure Tower, Disneyland Hotel. We're like on the 7th floor. We had a downtown Disney view, and because we had a room with a king bed, the room was a lot smaller than a typical room. Because when we were walking up to our room, it was like it wasn't like your typical like room doors. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because this is so boring. Like, who cares?
Well, because when we walked up to it, we were like, whoa, why does this look different?
No, we've stayed in the one like that before.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I was expecting something different. But anyways. So
there's like this door. And then you take...
There was a door and a door.
You take your key and you put it...
Fine. Whatever. Some people like hearing about the resort rooms. Okay. But, fine. We can move on.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. No, I'm not going to go into this anymore.
Okay, good.
Let's
so the next morning...
Go ahead. So what did I surprise you with? Well, you knew about it.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't when I found out If that makes any sense. Okay. So a few days before, because I had talked about wanting to get a massage at the spa.
Tenaya
At the Tenaya Stone Spa at the Grand California Hotel. I have never had a massage. I had a prenatal massage when I was pregnant with our youngest son. Mm-hmm. So that was 7-8 years ago. But it was prenatal, and so it's not like a normal, massage. And so, but I kind of dropped it when we had to change things and, whatever. So then a few days before we were leaving, I started looking at it again. Mm-hmm. And I asked you a question about it. And then, so you kind of had to tell me, because I was getting ready to book one. So you had to tell me you booked one for me for Saturday morning. And so it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I've only been to a spa once. Funny enough.
For an anniversary?
Yeah. No. Because this was called the Tenaya Stone.
Oh,
spa.
yeah.
Funny enough, my only other massage, my prenatal massage was at
Tenaya
Lodge.
Near Yosemite.
In Yosemite. So that's funny. But yeah, just like it was good timing. Mm-hmm. Needed
some stress relief.
But I realized too how hard I have a very hard time relaxing. So you go in, they're talking in very hushed tones, mm-hmm. Show me to the women's locker room. They give you your locker. There's a eucalyptus infused sauna in there, or steam room. Is that different than a sauna?
I think it's the same thing.
Okay. There's showers. There's tons of amenities. There's makeup remover, hair gel, hairspray, deodorant, blow dryer, brushes, tons of towels, mm-hmm. tons of amenities, tons of fruit infused waters. Just really nice. But so you have to check in a half an hour before your massage. Mm-hmm. And, you can use the steam room. You can just go into this lounge area where they have, waters and pastries. And I had a hard time relaxing.
Yeah.
I had to force myself. There was one point where, because you were going to go into California Adventure and see if you could get the walk-up list for Lamplight Lounge brunch, mm-hmm, which mm-hmm. they only do Saturdays and Sundays. We've always wanted to do it.
Saturday, Sundays.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You sure Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
We've never done it. We've always wanted to do it. And I was sitting there. I'm oh, I should tell him to go check. I should tell him to go check right now. And I'm no, don't go back into the bathroom, open your locker and get your phone to tell him that, just calm the heck down. And then when you're waiting for, your massage, she comes out and offers you a heated or a warm, neck pillow, mm-hmm. which was very nice. And so then when it was time for my massage, you choose the different, they have different scents for the
oils,
lotion. Yeah. So there's relaxing, or one's for aches and pains, one for circulation, and one for and bright energy, something like that. And then you can pick your music. They had nature sounds with guitar, or Native American music with nature sounds, or classical or classic Disney music, mm-hmm. but it's piano. And I was classic Disney music, please. But yeah, it was wonderful. I do recommend, though, doing it at the end of your trip.
Yeah.
Because then, relax my body, and then we're going into the park for the rest of the day, and then, rides and running around. And by the end of the day, I'm super sore all over again. And because she told me, she's do you get regular massage? I was no, it's my first massage. And she's I would recommend looking into it. You hold a lot of stress in your neck and shoulders and upper back. It's going down your arms. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And she's like, so
Mom,
yeah,
the
maybe
4 kids, what do you expect?
something to look into. I'm like, I will. That would be amazing. Thank you. But then I'm like, man, I just undid like all of that. Like,
went on Matterhorn a few hours
seriously,
later. And
just
like messed you up.
Done. So if you do that, maybe think about doing it at the end of your trip. If I ever splurge and do it again, I will think about doing it before we leave. But the experience was great. I can't imagine doing like a spa day and doing like a massage and a facial and all that. It'd have to be loaded. But it would be amazing. It was very nice. So
you would recommend it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for us, it was a splurge. It's not something that but if you're going to, like if it's a special occasion or you just want to splurge, like I would absolutely recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I only had the one. I had like it was just the standard 50-minute massage. It wasn't like a stone, because they have like the stone massage and stuff like that. It was just the standard massage. But it was great. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So while you were doing that, I was jaunting around California Adventure. So I was in by 8:30 and walked in through California Adventure Insurance by Grizzly River Run. Grizzly River Run. Grizzly River Run.
Grizzly Peak.
I was doing an Instagram story and then Chip and Dale like pounce on me. And like, I didn't see them coming. So they just like, I'm sitting on a bench in front of like the water wheel. And they just like jump on either side of me and like, or like have their arms around me and like, it caught me off guard. I was like, hey,
who's touching me?
And so, yeah, we, they messed around with me for a little bit and then, they, as soon as there's any characters, kids start swarming.
Yeah.
And so they went away and started, hanging out with all the kids and stuff. And the cast member handler came up to me. He's like, yeah, like we just came out and they saw you and they just like ran away. And I was like, I didn't know where they went. It's like, where'd they go? So that was pretty funny. And, so yeah, I didn't want to go on any rides because I wanted to like go on like all the rides with you, and so I was like, what are things that I can do that you wouldn't be really interested in? I
told you after our last episode to go on jumping jellyfish by yourself, but you didn't do it.
I thought of like I wanted to do like a real idea of me going on like more of the kiddie rides, like
by yourself,
by myself, and something like when you go to Disneyland without the kids, and it's just me being like sad. On all these rides, but I didn't do it. But I went on Web Slingers because I know you probably didn't want to go on that one. And
that's right, I didn't go.
And I went on Web Slingers, and there was another one that I went on.
Was there? Remember. I thought you only went on Web Slingers because then you went to Lamplight Lounge to try to get on.
And so I guess that's one thing that we could talk about because that was kind of like an ordeal trying to get into. Lamplight.
Just the walk up, because you can on the app you can join a walk up list, and you went when I was getting the massage and asked, and he was like, "Oh, you could come right now." And you're like, "Oh, my wife's not here." Blah blah blah.
They open at 9.
Come right, come back. Like we have plenty. But he can't predict what's going to happen. So after the massage, we needed to go back and like I needed to get ready.
Yeah.
And so we went back to our hotel and then got ready, and when we got back to Lamplight Lounge, they were full.
Yeah. It was a little after 11.
Yeah, and they serve until 1, and they said they'll take walk-ups up until 12:30. She's like, you can wait like 30 minutes and keep checking. So we just hung out because I just really wanted it. And at that point, it was like, okay, it's lunchtime, but I had my heart set on brunch. So I didn't want like anything lunch food, like any lunch food just did not sound good. Like I wanted breakfast food. Like I was like, so we didn't eat. And I was like, that's just nothing. I don't want a burger right now. Like it just sounded so gross. So we checked back after like 20, 30 minutes, still nothing. Waited again, like 10, 15 minutes, nothing. And then we decided to try one more time.
Yeah.
Right before 12:30, and they took us.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, we're just now accepting walk-ups.
Yeah.
Like,
so we got in like right before they were going to stop. And we were going to give up after this last time. We're like, all right, like we'll just go get something. But they took us. So we got in for a brunch. We got to sit outside, which is, and the inside's cool because they have so much artwork.
Yeah.
But I like it outside. You're, you know, on the water there in front of the Ferris wheel and stuff. So we both got the same thing. We got the ultimate French toast,
It's like the indulgent
French toast, and it has like this sweet almond whipped cream, Irish cream whipped cream. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so good. And then we got what is it? French crunch.
It was like the French toast cocktail or whatever.
Yeah, it's like cinnamon toast cocktail. Gross.
Excuse me.
I want to look up and see what it is. I really liked it. You liked the taste of it at first, but then it was too much for you.
Because I felt weird getting like a full on cocktail. But this one was kind of like a breakfast cocktail.
Like breakfasty, yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's milk with rum and with like cinnamon sugar. It tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk.
With a kick.
And it was too heavy for me. It was just like the milk was just too much, and I just couldn't finish it. And
I drank both of them.
So you drank 1.5 of them. And
it was good. Well, okay. It's Stoli vanilla vodka, Frangelico. I don't know what that is. Rum chata and cinnamon cereal infused milk.
Yeah, it was really rich.
It was rich. It was good though. Because there's the mimosa flight, which is like a bunch of little different flavored mimosas.
A lot of people were getting those.
Which I wanted, but recently have discovered that champagne and wine upsets my stomach. So I was like,
not taking that risk.
I'm not going to risk it. But it was really good.
Yeah.
It was, if you can get in, it was so sticking good. Huge. Because we were, and then after this, we were going back for a nap.
Yeah.
So had a massage, went and got a huge breakfast, and then went back for a nap.
When we say that we were going to be way more chill, this trip,
really were.
We didn't rope drop anything.
No, we didn't rope drop at all.
We just like let's go back to the room and take it.
And we had just been there several times this year, and so I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I want to take a nap, because we also this night we wanted to stay until midnight because we didn't get to the night before. So I was like, I'm gonna take like an actual nap. Where the day before we just went and like sat for a little bit in the room. I was like, no, I'm gonna like sleep. So the French toast was huge. We both got it, and so we took our leftovers back to the hotel and saved it, and then the next morning we finished it. So it fed us twice.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then we went back for a nap, and like actually took a nap, and it was glorious. Except then they started doing a sound check for bands in downtown Disney, which is like right by our hotel room. And so I'm like sleeping. All of a sudden I hear like these bands like going off. But anyway, so then, so that was great. We went back in around like 3 or so. We had we did get Genie Plus this day.
Yes.
We had a Genie Plus for Toy Story Mania.
Or Toy Story Mania.
So we did that. And then
we did Animation Academy.
We drew Baby Groot. That was fun. A guy cut in line ticked me off. Cut right in front of us. But
I think what we've soon found out that he was meeting with his daughter. I think he was meeting,
but I watched him come out of the class before us, because Baby Groot line was huge. It was going out to outside. If you know, and you go to, if you've ever been in the animation building and where the line is for Animation Academy, like it wrapped around a few times and then was going out to the exit. And this guy walks out of the class before us and then just comes and stands in front of me, but is looking like he's looking for someone coming out. So I was like, oh, okay, he's just looking. And then as we start walking, he just starts walking in front of us. And I'm like, okay. And he has a stack of papers in his hand, like he's been drawing all day. And I'm like, all of these people have been waiting and there's tons of people behind us.
Yeah.
And he's just acting like nothing.
Yeah.
It was really irritating me. But then when we were done and we were walking out, he was walking out with like his wife and kid. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. But then, I don't know. It's still just the way he went about it bothered me. But anyways, Animation Academy, we've talked about several times. Do it. It is so fun. You think you can't draw. I cannot draw. Like I really cannot draw. But like the way they guide you, you can do it. It's really cool. It's really cool. So then we did Guardians. Amazing, as always.
Oh, talk about, the difference between the upstairs and the downstairs.
Oh, okay. So, but this spoils the ride. Okay. If you don't want a spoiler, if you've never been on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout in Disneyland, it is different than Tower of Terror. So skip this part.
Yeah. Fast forward
a little bit. Okay. So, when you're in line for Guardians of the Galaxy and you come out of the little room where Rocket's talking to you and you either go upstairs to get on a gantry lift or you are on the lower half for the gantry lift. So the last few times, like last trip when we went in July, you didn't ride it. I took Boston. We went upstairs. The time before that, I believe as well, I went upstairs.
Yeah.
So I've just been on it and I had wondered because, when you start on this ride, instead of like Tower of Terror where you drop first.
Yeah.
One of the reasons this ride is so great if you've never been on it and you're used to Tower of Terror is you go up first. So it totally throws you off.
Yeah. You rocket.
So I've wondered, when you go upstairs, do you not go up as high because you're already up? And when you and I just went, then we did not go upstairs.
Yeah, we're on the floor, bottom floor.
It was definitely more intense. That first initial up and then drop was more intense than when you are upstairs. So, and I believe I don't know if I'm 100% correct here but from last month to this month, when you finally get to the front, not when you get on the ride, but when you get to where you're going to go into the room with Rocket.
Yeah.
The one on the left.
Far left. Yeah.
When you exit that, you go upstairs.
Yes.
The one on the right, you stay on the lower half.
And I always go to the right. I've always been put on the
last couple times I have been on the left. So I believe I would need to test it out a little more, but it's still amazing if you go upstairs, but it was more intense. It was definitely that first initial one. The rest of the ride is the same, but that first one was definitely more intense if you're downstairs. So then we went into Cars Land. I wanted to do the shaboom when sun sets and they light up all the neon.
That wasn't yet. We had dinner first.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any pictures of that. I was pretty hungry.
Yeah. So we had dinner first. So we did Guardians. That was at 5:40. And then we had dinner at 6.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted to do Carthay Circle Lounge.
Yeah.
Alfresco dining. It's the same thing as what we had situation we had with brunch. It was the walk up list. They said, "Oh, we're not taking a walk up right now." But we see that you're celebrating an anniversary. Why don't you come to the restaurant?
Because it's double the price.
Price.
So we looked at the menu real quick, and we're not super fancy eaters.
Yeah.
So it was very fancy stuff. Nothing that we really like, and it was very expensive. So we were like, no, we're not going to do it just because it's nicer. And when nothing sounds good, like, no. Yeah. So, maybe some other time we can try the lounge. The lounge had some things that sounded good, but the actual restaurant didn't. But
So we went to Wine Country. Was it not Terracotta?
Is it Terracotta?
Is it Terracotta? But the sit down restaurant.
Terrace.
Oh
wait, no. Wine Country Trattoria. Yeah.
Okay. It's the one right across from Pacific Wharf or San Francisco now.
Which I had never even been up there.
Yeah, we've
there's
never
like
eaten there before.
There's a like the Sonoma Terrace.
Yeah, there's a couple
they have
quick
like
service.
They have quick service. They have this just has like pretzels, cheese cup, and some cocktails. But we had never even been up here.
So, we saw that the walk-up list was, on and off all that afternoon. So we looked at the menu and it looked good. I mean, it's pastas. So it's like Italian food, wine country, kind of what you think about that. And so let's give it a try. So we went up there. The walk-up list wasn't working or wasn't allowing any walk-ups. And so we did the same thing. We went up to the cast member and just asked, do you have any tables? And they're like, oh, we just had a cancellation. I think we can fit you in. So they sat us down and it was
so good.
It was so good.
You got the chicken parmesan and I got the roasted vegetable lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
It was amazing. The chicken was crispy, but still juicy and flavorful. And the spaghetti and the sauce was like really good.
It sounded good. And then once I started eating mine, I didn't want to try yours. But the roasted vegetable lasagna. I'm not a vegetarian, but I got it. You can get it either just with marinara or a meat sauce. I just got it with marinara. But so good.
It was really good.
It was
really, really good.
So good.
Would recommend
absolutely
you checking it out.
So it is a sit down. But we didn't get dessert, but they had a tiramisu that looked really good. The people next to us had it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks good. I also got was it like a pear mojito that was really good?
Yeah.
And this is where we first saw the future us.
Oh, that's right.
We saw this couple, and I'm like just watching them because they're in my eye line. And it's this couple, and I'm like, what's their story? I'm just wondering about them. They just didn't look like Disneyland goers.
They're probably in their 60s?
But they just, he kind of looked like I imagine you will kind of dress when we're that old.
Really?
Kind of. Well, he was wearing okay, really? What were you wearing this day, babe? You were wearing shorts and a button-up shirt. What was this guy wearing?
It was shorts. It was a Star Wars button-up shirt.
This guy was wearing shorts and a button-up shirt and tennis shoes. You were wearing not like Nike tennis shoes.
He was wearing like a Ralph Lauren, belt.
Okay, but she did not look like me at all.
No,
or what I will look like probably then. But just something. I was just curious about them. I'm like, are they arguing? They look like they're talking about something. Like she was very passionate about what she was talking about. He looked a little checked out, and he was on his phone. So at first we were saying, I'm like, oh, he's like an executive. He works for Disney. They don't look like they just come to Disneyland together. Mm-hmm. They look like they're he works here, but not like a cast member. Yeah. He's like an executive, and they're coming to this nicer sit down, for dinner or something. Mm-hmm. So we were watching him for a long time, and we're just making this story up about him. And I was like, wait, he's on the app. He's on the Disneyland app. I could see his phone. I was like, they're us in 20, 30 years. and so then we were just kind of saying that. And then, they stand up, they're about our height difference. And we were just kind of joking around about that. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned
for more information about the future us.
Because this wasn't the only time we saw them.
Because I just wanted to follow them around. Where are they going? They don't look like they're just here on vacation. They don't look like they'd be like, hey, let's go to Disneyland together.
Yeah.
I just really thought he was a Disney executive or something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, check it out. Then we did Cars Land. Watch the Shaboom. It's really more for kids. I think it would be better if they did it a little bit later so that the neon lights. If you don't know, in Cars, the movie, you know, when lightning like fixes all the neon. And so
fixes the road.
He fixes he already fixed the road, and then he fixes
he doesn't do anything with the lights. They just turn the lights on because now the road is fixed.
Her lights don't work. Somebody fixes them. Because at the beginning of the movie, when she's like trying to get her lights to work and they're not really working.
Yeah. Well, lightning doesn't do anything with the lights.
How do you know?
Because it doesn't say in the story.
Who fixes the lights, babe?
I don't know. Someone does.
Who fixes the lights? Maybe it's lightning.
Maybe it's lightning. He fixes the road.
She says, you fix the neon. She says that. Sally says that to him.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to have to rewatch this to find out.
It's one of my favorites, so no problem.
Okay.
She said, you fix the neon. She says that.
All right.
Anyways, so they do that in Cars 9 when the sun goes down. And it's really like more for kids. They have like a little dance party and the song plays. But I had never seen it and I wanted to see it. And it's cute. It's cute. So then we were going to try to go to it. We had a lightning lane we did Soarin'. We did Soarin'. We were going to try to get we had a lightning lane for Incredicoaster, but it shut down while we were walking to it.
Yep.
People were like stuck on it. But it was night. We really wanted to ride it at night because it's better at night. Mm-hmm. It was getting close to when World of Color was starting. It was like 8:17. Mm-hmm. So World of Color was starting. We weren't going to watch that, so we waited a little while. It wasn't coming back up. So we decided to go do Grizzly River Run at night because it was like a 10-minute wait. And we were trying to decide what to do. And I had been saying before our trip, like we should do Grizzly River Run at night. I've never done it at night and it's probably really fun, but it's always like, do you want to get wet at night and be like drenched and like cold? And then we chickened out or like a little bit early before this. We're like, no, let's just go to Incredicoaster. Maybe we don't want to. But then when it was down, I looked at the wait time and I was like, it's 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So we're like, let's go do it. Turned out it was not 50. It was like not even 5 minutes. We walked right on. And it is fun at night.
Totally different ride at night.
And it threw me off. Yeah. Like I'd be like, wait, where are we? Wait, where? Like, cause I kind of know a little bit, the path. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? What? Like it just threw me off. And the moon wasn't full. It was like, what? It was more than half.
Yeah. It was just
if it
really
was a
bright.
full moon, if it would have been on like the super moon the other night, that would have been awesome. But so it was still pretty bright, but on a full moon, it would have been so cool. Cause like the water looks like it's glowing.
Yeah.
And it felt way more intense.
Yeah. We were going really fast.
We were going fast. Didn't get like soaked, but got pretty wet.
I got pretty wet.
You got pretty wet.
But it wasn't too cold. It was probably in the 70s.
No, it was. Yeah, and it wasn't bad at all, but it was really fun at night.
Yeah.
So after that, we got dessert, and then Incredicoaster was still down. So we're like, all right, we were gonna be there the next morning before we went home, and so we're like, all right, we're not getting in at night. We'll just do it the next day. So we went over to Disneyland, and one thing we saw that was interesting is people in between in the Esplanade because the fireworks were about to start.
Yeah,
they were just camped out watching, like sitting down to watch the fireworks. I have walked through there when the fireworks were going off and watched them.
Yeah.
But it was like a thing. People were like purposely sitting out there to wait for the fireworks, which I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, all right. But anyways, we got did we get we got a lightning lane for Matterhorn.
Yes.
So we got in line for Matterhorn right when the fireworks were starting. Again, they were delayed. As we were walking down Main Street, there was the announcement that they were being delayed again. So we get in line, our lightning lane for Matterhorn, and the fireworks start. And we can see them in line. And then they were going on the ride. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't ridden Matterhorn before, like you're in the mountain, but then there's several times where you're going around and you come out. And so you can see outside. Yeah. And every time we did, the fireworks were like going off. Mm-hmm. And it was disorienting because one time they'd be on this side and the next time they'd be on the other side of you. And I was like, oh wait, now they're behind us. Wait, where in the heck are we? But we were like, it felt like you were like in them.
Well, because Matterhorn is right next to the castle.
Yeah.
And so there's two sets of fireworks. There's fireworks that set off on the castle.
Yeah.
And then there's fireworks that set off
Toontown.
back by Toontown. So you're kind of like in the middle of it. But the ones that are going off on the castle, you're right next to it. So there was a couple of times like we would come out of the mountain, Matterhorn, and the fireworks from the castle would go off right there.
Yeah.
And so it felt like we were right in the middle.
Yeah. It was cool. It was really cool.
Really awesome. Matterhorn is just a million times better at night.
It still hurts.
Oh my gosh. It hurts so bad.
It hurts your back, but that's why during the day I will pass on it every time, but I'll take it at night.
Yeah.
Because it's, oh man, if you can time it right, try during the fireworks.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And again, if you've listened to our Splash Mountain recap the last day, we ended up riding our last time on Splash Mountain during the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a ride during the fireworks is really cool.
Splash Mountain during fireworks is really awesome. Big Thunder during the fireworks is really awesome. And now add Matterhorn to that because
really
you're
cool.
right next to the fireworks. And so it was really, really,
really cool. So then we came out and the fireworks were ending and we just kind of lined up in front of Small World and waited because they were just about to end because we wanted to go in and get Mickey and Minnie's. Yeah. Toontown closes during the fireworks and then they reopen at 10. And there were a lot of people waiting.
There was. I was really surprised.
Really, yeah. And we walked in the path that's I don't know how you describe this path. If you're going towards Small World, there's this little pathway behind trees to your left. And we went there because everyone else in the main walkway was just finishing the fireworks. Mm-hmm. We were standing there for a long time.
Yeah, there's a cast member at the end
blocking you,
holding everybody back.
And there were big old bushes on both sides of us, so we couldn't really see what was going on. Yeah. And we're okay. Anyways, finally they opened it. We go into Toontown. Everyone's going to Mickey and Minnie's, and I'm hey guys, look how cool Roger Rabbit is. Go, oh my gosh, I'm going there. But we walked right on.
It was a walk on.
It took 10 minutes, but because I was timing it because I was curious. But it takes you that long just to get to the
just to walk,
or maybe it was 8 minutes. But we didn't stop. There was a sweet little grandma in front of us who kept stopping and taking pictures of everything on her iPhone. Yeah, but she was really cute. Okay, so then, all right, so this is 10 o'clock. So 4 hours after we eat dinner.
Yes,
we're standing. We get into the room where you are watching the little movie. Yeah, the pre-show before the ride. And I glance over and I see the future us.
The future us are there.
So we've switched parks. We ate dinner at California Adventure and we are now in Disneyland.
Yep.
In Toontown after the fireworks, which not a lot, most people are not there.
We were in a very specific place.
Yes.
You had to plan to be here.
Yes. And I glance over and I just Roger's oh my gosh, there we are. And I'm they're here for fun.
Yeah.
And his face was amazed because during dinner, he looked very serious.
Yeah.
And so, and again, I didn't imagine them being here for fun. Also, nothing Disney on them.
Yeah.
She had a tote bag. It was not a Disney tote bag. Nothing Disney on them. His face was just lit up with amazement.
Yeah, he loved it.
He loved the pre-show. Then we're pretty much right behind them, but we had a couple people in front of us.
Yeah.
In the line that follows until you get on the train. We are in the same train sitting directly behind them.
What are the coincidences?
I was so excited about this. So we recorded it. I was you have to take pictures. You have to take video. This is us. This is us. And I was she was just upset at dinner because none of her kids would come. This is me in 30 years. None of our kids will come with us. They won't bring their spouses and grandkids. And so I was complaining about my future daughter-in-laws at dinner. And now I'm sad that my grandkids aren't here. That's what her deal is. Okay. I got it. And so
I am sitting like, this is awesome.
I know, he was just like having a great old time.
Here.
Yes,
the kids aren't
exactly.
here. And it's just me and my wife, and we're having fun on Mickey and Minnie's.
You're 100% glad the kids aren't there, and I am heartbroken. And all I can think about is our kids and our grandkids. So he loved the ride.
Oh man, he was living it up.
He was living it. Okay, so then so we get off, and we were, what were we gonna do after this?
We needed to
Big
get a gift for the boys.
Yeah, but when did we do it? We did Big Thunder at night. Which night was that?
That was that night. So we went to Galaxy's Edge because we wanted to go to the marketplace.
We did Big Thunder the first night after the fireworks. We missed that.
We didn't take any pictures of that.
I thought you got video. But it's not important.
No,
but after the fireworks on Friday night, we did Big Thunder because we were right there, and so we just walked right to it, and it was at night because it's better. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we did going back to the first night. We asked for the last row.
Yes.
And we did the goat stare.
Yes.
Remember? I said we got to do the goat stare, and you're like, "What's the goat stare?" The goat stare is when you're going up the big hill. There's the goat there with the dynamite in his mouth.
Yeah.
So as you're going down, especially if you're in the last row, and you whip
I'd say last car probably.
Last car, yeah. And as you're going around him, you stare at him. And so not just like look at him with like your eyes and your head, but you actually move your body. You
shift your body so you can keep looking at him as you go around the corner.
Yeah.
Like shift your whole body towards him.
And what it does, it whips you around.
It works.
Yeah. It was like, whoa, we felt like we were going to fly out of the car.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
It works. So we did it another time. We did. Okay. Yeah. So after Mickey and Minnie's, we left, we followed our future selves for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, they're here for fun. Wanted to go get Galaxy's Edge for a gift for the boys, but as we got there, the little shop was closing, so didn't get it. So then we just slowly walked. The park was closing at this. I mean, like it was like close to 11.
Yeah, it was about 11 o'clock.
So we decided to do.
We did Big Thunder.
Big Thunder again. We got like the third row, and we tried the goat stare. Doesn't really work.
It worked a little bit,
but not like the back. There's a significant difference.
Yeah.
But
like that ride,
there's I never got pictures from you.
Is a huge difference compared from the front of the ride to the back of the ride.
Yes. Same thing with Space Mountain.
If you're in the front of Big Thunder,
you go so slow over some hills, like so slow.
But the back, it's way more intense.
Yeah, 100%. And you can request, like, you get up to the cast member that asks how many in your party, and just say, like, can we get the back row? Sometimes I get the back car, not always the very back row, but they'll accommodate you. So we did that, and I think that was it. And then we just kind of like took our time.
We moseyed on out.
So then, this was funny. So we were standing in front of the partner statue, looking down Main Street, and I could see at the train station, at the beginning of the park, Mickey and Minnie like waving goodbye to everyone because the park was about to close.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in front of the partner statue, like a little ways down on Main Street, taking video down Main Street. And I was standing pretty still because I was just trying to like zoom in and see if I could get Mickey and Minnie. And I feel a tap on my shoulder. I assumed it was you because you were up taking a picture of the castle.
Yeah.
So I didn't move. And then I hear someone say something, and I moved a little, and all of these people go, oh my gosh. And this woman had tapped me because she thought I was a mannequin. She's like, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a mannequin. And I was like, it's okay.
Why would there be a mannequin in the middle of Main Street?
I don't know, but they were all like cracking up, and like she was embarrassed. I was like, it's okay. Like she was like, you were standing so still. So anyways, that was funny. Man. But then we went down and we watched Mickey and Minnie. They were like playing charades, with people, standing there. And then they give the little goodnight announcement, and so we made it to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, the next morning we didn't rope drop. We like took our time.
We slept in.
We slept
to like 8:00, which is like,
it wasn't even 8. I think it was almost 8. And that's like,
sleeping in for us.
Sleeping in for us. And then, yeah, we were just going into California Adventure for a little bit before we left. I think we did Incredicoaster. Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it.
Didn't we do? And we had lunch. Where did we have lunch?
Oh, I got the taco. I got the quesadilla again.
Yeah.
And you ate smoke jumpers. And then that was it. Got a couple treats for the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday was like real slow.
Mm-hmm.
But nice.
Yeah.
Just take our time. And it was busy. It was definitely busier Saturday and Sunday than it was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But still real slow.
Well,
and
Friday, even though it was really slow during the day, once the evening came, people were obviously coming in from work and from school. Like
annual pass holders.
It got a lot busier.
No, I still wouldn't say a lot. It was still pretty. Wait times were really low.
Still, there was a big difference between the time during the day and the night.
Yeah. But yeah, it was slow but really fun. Like we got a lot done because the park was so dead.
Yeah.
And the things we wanted to get done. And like I don't think we did any fantasy rides, but like we did.
No, we didn't do any Fantasyland rides.
Oh no, that was with the kids.
Yeah.
When we did Peter Pan.
Yeah.
But just some really fun things like the fireworks on Matterhorn and our future selves. Oh, Sunday. So Sunday, we're leaving the park, walking through downtown Disney, back to our hotel, and we see them again in downtown Disney.
Coming out of Grand California entrance.
Going to eat in downtown Disney. I was like, oh my gosh, they really are here for fun. Like they're here on vacation.
Yeah.
They're staying at the Grand California.
You saw them 3 times over 2 days.
Like how many times do you see? I mean, I've been there where I've seen the same people.
Yeah.
But like, it was really funny. Like, I just wanted to stay and watch them for a while longer.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that was pretty funny.
So, but yeah, like just fun things happen. Good food, new food. So we have some new places that, I would love to take the kids to Lamplight Lounge.
Yeah.
It would be a splurge because it's, a sit down, it's pricier.
It is.
But like we walked over and took a picture. There's at the very end of what would you call that?
The outside
eating. Like there's these seats that face the water. You're facing out at the water. And the 2 in the center, it's like you're just looking up at the Ferris wheel and the water and like just Pixar Pier. And like there's nothing else in front of you, like the restaurant. It's not like you see any of the restaurant. You just see the water and Pixar Pier. Like it was just really cool.
It was really cool.
But they have like out there, like some couches and stuff with like tables that would be fun if we could get one of those with the kids. And because I think they'd get a real kick out of eating there. But yeah, it was great.
It was a fun trip.
It was a great trip.
Really good trip.
Slower.
It was.
Probably our last trip for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, this year we have been more than we have ever been in a year.
Yeah, we've been a lot this year. So I think it's time to take a break, build up that anticipation for our next trip, which is hopefully Disney World, late January, early February.
Hopefully we still get to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. We got to start getting on that.
Yeah, start planning some dates for that.
That's still hard because, I mean, we were just gone for 2 days and like Georgia was kind of done by the time we got home. She was ready for me to be home.
Yeah,
so,
well, hopefully these few months will give her a little bit of time to get more used to that.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways,
that was fun.
Now that they have listened to this ridiculously long recap.
Yeah.
let them know the code word.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure you're listening because you want to know a code word to win a lightsaber.
But I hope in the meantime you found some, things you want to try or eat. Or
yeah, and if you're a new listener, we appreciate you sticking around, listening. Hopefully you go back, listen to past episodes, and that you enjoy what you listen to. But the code word, the third code word for the Ahsoka lightsaber is lightsaber.
Good one.
Good one.
Good
so,
one.
Lightsaber is our code word. Go and DM that to Johnny J on Instagram. His Instagram handle is at the dreaming of.
No,
it's not the dreaming of. It's
That's
at
us.
the DMSW podcast. And make sure to get those two other code words from his podcast and the Rope Dropping Knowledge podcast. There's two other code words that you need to be entered into that giveaway.
Cool.
So, all right. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram
at dreaming.of.disney.podcast.
That's right.
I think I said it right.
And leave us a review. We appreciate those who leave us a review. We'll give you a shout out. And we appreciate all of you listening.
We do.
All right.
Very much.
Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Wait, who are we?
Oh, and we are the Dreaming of Disney podcast. And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.